Now at 6, a major scare in the air on a South Florida flight. A plane bound for Europe forced to turn around.
7's Danielle Garcia is live at Miami International Airport with what went wrong. Danielle, good morning.
Welcome back to another Vlogmas. Will here, Orlando-based flight attendant. We are on our way to the Brightline, heading over to Miami. That's Natasha right there, which you guys just saw singing. It only took us about 15 minutes to get here from the Brightline station, and we just got through TSA pre-check. Osvaldo is looking where the lounge is because he has priority pass and he can bring 2 guests. We're just gonna wait there until it's time to board our plane. Flight is actually delayed. I'm not really sure exactly why it's delayed. It is now showing that the new departure is at 6 p.m. so an hour and a half delay. We were having an hour and a half on the ground in Lisbon, Portugal, before we needed to go to our flight to Barcelona, so we'll see how that is going to work out. Currently at the Turkish Airlines airport lounge here in Miami. Oh, thank you. Cheers. It's only 12:38 p.m. I'm not really sure exactly why our flight is delayed, but on paper, we already missed our connection from Lisbon to Barcelona. Happy 30.
It's great. I love it.
Take a sip.
It's so good. Esto se arregla. Nosotros llegamos a Barcelona como sea, pero llegamos, ¿ok? Nadie se tiene que esperar.
Alright guys, our aircraft just arrived and the crew actually started walking over there, so we're gonna head over to the gate. We're supposed to start boarding in 3 minutes. We'll see if we actually start boarding in 3 minutes and if we leave at 6 p.m.
Hey everyone, we're ready to go to Barcelona. It's been a long day. Looking forward to it. See you in Spain.
I don't know how much you'll be able to hear, but we're currently on the flight. We've been flying for about, I want to say like 2 hours, and the captain just made an announcement that we're going back to Miami. He did say something about technical difficulties, and I don't know if he was talking about the aircraft or if it's something related to a passenger. They had just finished doing the meal service. We don't know what's going to happen now. It's the first time that this ever happens to me, so I am curious to see exactly what happened and how it's going to turn out. This affects everything, so we'll see how it's going to play out. We're not stressed, we're not anything. We just want to make sure that everything's okay. So, but yeah, we're going back to Miami. We landed safely in Miami. We still don't know the reason why we came back to the gate. All we know is that this flight is officially canceled and they rebooked us for tomorrow with the same schedule that we had for today. This is messing up our travel day because we actually had tickets for La Sagrada Familia Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and now we won't be landing until like 10:30 a.m. See what we have to do with that. We also have to reach out to the Airbnb, but first we're going to talk to the airline, see if we're going to get a hotel or something. Everyone's gathered their belongings. I'm just going to wait for everyone to get off and then I'm going to get my stuff and see what happens. Luckily we didn't have to go through customs, so we are out. What happened is the windshield and the flight deck cracked, and so I assumed that there was like, I can't say this word, pressurization issues. I am very tired. I probably slept maybe like 3 hours total in the course of like the past 36 hours. So at this point, I just want to go to the hotel and go to sleep and then just try again tomorrow. But I let you guys know what ends up happening with the flight when we get to the hotel. We're boarding. I give the goodie bag to the flight attendants, and I was, you know, chatting with them. The configuration of the aircraft was 242, and Osvaldo and I were actually on the exit row, but we had the 2 middle seats on the four row, and it was so uncomfortable. And I was so surprised there was a baby in the exit row, like a lap child. In the United States, kids cannot sit on the exit row, but this kid was on the exit row. Then I had a lady sitting next to me that was just complaining about all these other things. And I don't know, Portuguese, there are some words that I can pick up because I feel like it's almost similar to Spanish. Not entirely similar, but I could pick up some stuff. And she was just complaining, and she wanted to go to like economy plus, and the flight attendant was just like, just go, get up and go. And then she's like, are you sure? And then the flight attendant was like, you know, the flight attendant didn't say it in a bad way, but you know, the flight attendant was just telling her to wait until the end of boarding process, and the lady was just like, can I go, can I go, can I go? And it was just, anyway, the flight attendant was super nice, and so I talked to her, and she's like, hey, are you traveling alone? And I told them that I was flying with my friends. And so Osvaldo and I moved to a couple rows in front of Natasha. Natasha actually was sitting by herself, and she wanted a window seat, and she had her whole plan with her little 2-seater, so we were just like, okay. And then halfway through the flight, Osvaldo went and like sat with her and all of that. And so basically we're on this flight, and all of a sudden we're almost done with service, and the captain said that there were some technical difficulties, and I'm like, what does that mean? And obviously as a flight attendant, I'm trying to like see what's going on. I'm looking at flight attendants. I see how they start walking. I knew that something was up, and I'm like, okay, what is it? What is it?
Good morning, Lorena, Ethan. That's right. According to MIA officials, their plane actually had a crack in the windshield, and they didn't even notice this until they were already in the air bound for Lisbon, Portugal. So let's take a look at the video from last night when this all happened around 6-something last night. You can see the plane is grounded there. This was all on TAP Airlines. Emergency crews were checking it out, and this flight was actually supposed to go to Lisbon, Portugal, as I mentioned. But I want you to take a look at the flight path from FlightAware, where you can see the plane took off around 6 yesterday after a delay, and then at some point over the ocean they actually had to turn back around here to MIA. Now the airline said that they are rebooking those passengers onto the same flight but on a different airplane, of course a different aircraft, and they also are going to have to rebook some of those passengers onto a different airline altogether. So complete mess here. Now everybody is going to be flying out hopefully today, but we'll be here to make sure. That's the very latest here from MIA. I'm Danielle Garcia, today in Florida.
Obviously the flight attendant knew that I was cabin crew, and she kind of like whispered, she's like, oh, like there's something going on with the aircraft. And I was ready. I was like, you know, they're aware that I'm cabin crew. I can be an able-bodied passenger, you know, let's just hope to God we can land safely back in Miami. But if it comes down to that, I'm ready, let's go. Anyway, we figure out the flight situation, then we figure out the hotel situation. And so they tell us that, you know, we're gonna come to a hotel and we just have to give them a boarding pass. And they gave us like all the vouchers for his lunch and dinner at the hotel restaurant. Tomorrow we don't leave until 4:30 p.m. I will say though, I am very impressed by how the airline has managed the situation, even though they weren't really communicative with us as far as exactly what was happening. By the time we landed, most of us had already been booked on different flights, and the whole hotel situation was already sorted out. There was a hotel shuttle, but there were so many TAP Air passengers out there, they were like, maybe we should just lift and get to the hotel. And we got to the hotel right before this massive crowd of passengers got here, and so we were able to just get to our rooms. It is currently 11:59 p.m. I am used to these kind of delays and these kind of situations, so like I understand it, but I just feel for other people. I don't know why I'm always feeling for people. We just have to figure out the whole Sagrada Familia tour and see if they can give us a different time slot for the same day. And we're just gonna reach out to the Airbnb, let them know that we're not arriving until a day after. I don't even know how I'm functioning, guys. Today has been thank you. Finally, today has been quite the day, and it's been the adventure, and honestly I'm just enjoying everything. I'm not stressing. I'm on vacation. If I want to stay longer in Europe, I can do that, you know, but yeah, I think I'm going to end Vlogmas day 8. I think this is day 8 here. And if you did enjoy the adventure getting to Miami, and we were supposed to get together to to Barcelona today, so I guess we'll try tomorrow. Go ahead and smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for another Vlogmas. Take care.